So I'll answer the question that everyone asked me right away. No, we did not go to Disneyland, which is a real bummer. I had two mission presidents, neither of them let that fly. I could see the Disney World fireworks from my apartment, though, for a good majority of my mission. The Anaheim mission is extremely small. It's the smallest in North America besides the MTC in Temple Square. And so it takes about 25 minutes to drive across the whole thing. My areas were all maybe 10 minutes wide at most, and I had a car in every area but one. And so it's really small, but it's really compact because in Southern California, there's just millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of people. And so I had this area that was 4 blocks by 4 blocks, but within those 4 blocks, there's probably triple the size of Provo. You just have these apartment complexes stacked with people. And so that was one of my first impressions, was just how much people there were in Anaheim. The mission itself, though, is really special. You have 7 different language programs, and so there's missionaries called to speak English, Spanish, Vietnamese, Korean, Samoan, Tongan, and ASL. And so the way it works there, I know in other missions, if you're called Spanish, sometimes you teach in English. If you're in English, sometimes you go over in Spanish. In Anaheim, it's very much you get called to a language and you stick in that language, because otherwise there's just too much overlapping and there's way too much confusion. So even though I was called stateside, I taught probably 2 or 3 languages, or 2 or 3 lessons in English the whole entire mission. It was very much like Little Mexico for me, but without the danger of being a 20-year-old girl in Mexico, which I was fine with. Plus I got mail every week, and there's a lot of perks to going stateside Spanish speaking. But it's really great. They have several English stakes in the mission, even though it's so small. The church is pretty strong. And then the other really cool thing is there's actually a whole entire Spanish stake there. And so because there's so many Hispanic people, the Spanish church there is very strong, and that was really neat to see. And then all the rest of the language programs have a branch that they stay in the whole entire mission. And there's a temple just right outside of the mission boundaries, but we go there anyways. And so it's the Newport Beach Temple. It's the only pink temple in the world, so that's neat. And it's right by the beach. You don't have permission to go to the beach, but it's by the beach, so you know you're close to the beach. And it's a really, really beautiful place to be.